The Premier League have been building that game up as a potential game of the season. You felt it from the debates about Rice and Caicedo, from the chatter between Chelsea and Arsenal fans, talking about London is red, London is blue. You heard it from the media sections. This felt like one of the biggest games of the season. And I'm not going to lie, walking into this game and seeing the way the team started, it felt like both teams have been listening to the media. It really did feel like that. You saw Rice in the media earlier talk about, I hear all the chat about me and Caicedo, but we're different type of players. So that means he's been listening. And you kind of felt that on the pitch. On the pitch, Chelsea came out so aggressive. So aggressive. Arsenal came out a bit more tentative, but then they started getting involved as well. And it really felt like a rivalry. It really felt like two teams who are trying to say, one team is trying to say, we're the best team in the land. The other team are trying to say, oh, yo, we're coming. Don't worry about it. We are coming. But the big news actually came before the ball was even kicked. Saliba not being in the squad. I predicted a 1-1 draw. But when I saw Saliba not in the squad, I started thinking, because this is the first time Hincapi and Mosquera would have started a game together. And right now, you see them as both B-side centre-backs. You see them as, you need a Gabriel next to you. You need a Saliba. And I think all in all, they did okay, but they started a little bit shaky. But going back to the Saliba absence, this is why Arsenal spent money in the summer in the defence. Last season, maybe you would have been a bit more concerned. But Hincapi and Mosquera come in, and they do relatively well. They concede from a corner, but nothing from open play. So relatively, they did what they needed to do. But let's go back to the start. I thought Chelsea started the game brilliantly. I was surprised because I was expecting, I can't really say I was surprised because I've given Maresca big credit in these big games. In the big games, I think Maresca is brilliant. And he finds different ways of playing. One day he's man-to-man. One day it's counter. Next day, we're going to dominate all of the ball. He really decides per game what Chelsea are going to do. And today he did that. He said, do you know what? We're going to have the ball. We're going to play the football. And we're going to make Arsenal defend today. We're going to make Arsenal have to work for it. And you saw, as I said, with the energy and the aggression that Chelsea came out with. Cucurella fouling in the first minute. Then another foul. Then Hincapi gets involved in Zubimendi gets involved in fouls. Fouls were flying in. But then it went over the edge a little bit. Moises Caicedo. The whole talk before the game. Declan Rice for Moises Caicedo. Who's the best midfielder in the league? Who's the one that's going to really, show that they're one of the best in the world? And Moises Caicedo, with a rush of blood, takes out MERINO it was a bad tackle. I understand what Daniel Sturridge is saying in terms of in fast motion, it's not as bad as it looks in slow. And that's my big problem with VAR. I feel like they watch it in slow motion too much. But all in all, you'll probably say it's probably the correct decision. Very hard tackle. Studs were up in the ankle and he takes him out. But I think Chelsea, up until that point, were the better team. I thought Chelsea were fantastic. You saw the way Esteval started the game. I thought he started the game pretty warm. I thought he looked good. Yeah, he had a bit of wild shots, 2 wild shots. But he started the game with energy. He started the game with intention. And I was looking at it, and I even wrote it down. Should have scored in the 17th minute. But then he has that moment when he cuts in, skies it, should have done better there. But Chelsea were on the initiative. They started better. And to the surprise of everybody, when Chelsea went down to 10 men, I thought, okay, here's where Arsenal are going to take control. Chelsea kept playing. Chelsea kept playing. And I need to give them an applause for that. Because I saw Maresca go to Old Trafford, make, I think it was 3 changes when they got the red card. And they gave the game to Manchester United. But Chelsea in this game kept playing to the point where Arsenal was still having to defend. It was still a tough game. And I think from the Arsenal side of things, they will be very disappointed in context. Now, if you said to Arsenal, you'll get a point at the bridge, you'll probably take it if you need to take it and carry on. We'll go and do what we need to do. But the fact that they went down to 10 men and Arsenal didn't really feel like, I never felt like a goal is definitely coming. Oh, it's definitely coming. Only in theory. On the actual pitch, it didn't actually feel like that. I thought Chelsea kept playing. They kept probing. And I was impressed. They kept even keeping on the ball. They kept the ball. And then when you see that moment right? When you see that moment with CHALOBAH, gets in front of Declan Rice, beautiful header. You're talking about everybody's talking about set pieces for Arsenal. This. Chelsea were the ones that scored from a set piece, and not only did CHALOBAH score that goal, I thought he had a really good performance at the back with Wesley Fofana, and maybe that is the partnership that Chelsea will look forward to. Look at going forward, Fofana and CHALOBAH, because I thought they were both really, really, really good today. I thought actually Chelsea defensively were good. And Chelsea showed something for me today where they showed, hold on a second, we are maybe 2-3 signings away, even though I know they spent 2 billion and everyone's going to troll them and stuff. But Chelsea, if you're talking about being close to where they want to be, Chelsea are probably 2 or 3 signings away from being a proper title rival. I mean, it could even happen this year. Could this be their season where, small horse, little horse, dark horses? Maybe. But when you look at this Chelsea team, you think about a striker. I still think they need a striker. I think they need maybe a centre half, maybe a goalkeeper as well. Just the spine of the team, maybe I would say needs to improve, because all of a sudden if you have a top goalkeeper, a top centre back, then you have a Moises Caicedo, Cole Palmer, and a striker. That spine will look absolutely brilliant, right? But I want to go back. All the talk, was about Declan Rice and Caicedo. But there was one man that I saw today, and that is Reece James. What a performance from Reece James today. That guy heard all the noise. Declan Rice, Caicedo, and he said, nah. Don't forget about me. He was getting on the ball, making things happen for Chelsea. He was cool, he was composed, but he was also getting around, winning free kicks, getting around, charging, pressing. He did everything you want today from a holding midfielder. And I thought he was the most impressive player on the pitch there. He was the man of the match. And that's the thing about Reece James. Maybe some people needed a reminder. This guy is a supreme football player. At right back, he was one of the best in the league. Some even said the best. His deliveries from the right-hand side, his goal scoring from the right-hand side, it was elite. And then he goes into centre midfield now. And people questioned it. Like, is he a centre midfielder? If you've been watching him from Wigan days, he was playing in midfield over there. But the thing about Reece James has always been fitness. But now that he's fit, you are seeing one of the elite players in the Premier League. Reece James is elite at right back, and he's also showing, hold on, I could be one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. As a total package, as a complete football player, Reece James is right up there with the best in the league in terms of a complete versatile package. And I think he deserves massive credit today. That was a real captain's performance, man. Real captain's performance. And it's not something that anybody should be shocked about. Reece James has that level of quality. We know it. We've seen it. And listen, it's only a positive for England, and it's only a positive for Chelsea if this guy can stay fit, honestly. But back on the Arsenal side, I was really disappointed. I was really disappointed with Arsenal. When you look at the context of the game, Arsenal should have done more, in my opinion. I think Saka for the goal was brilliant, but I thought there was a lot of moments also where he had an opportunity to maybe punish or get past Cucurella or maybe take the right cross. Or one thing that Cucurella did really well today is make all of Saka's decisive actions, except from the one where he got the assist, on his right foot. The decisive actions were on the right foot, and that's what you want as a fullback. You want to usher your winger to their weaker foot, and that's what Cucurella did today. So credit to him. He tried to start aggressive on him. He stays touch tight to you when he's defending against you. So I got to give him credit. But I thought Saka maybe could have done a little bit better. Moreno got his goal, but overall, I thought he was dropping a little bit too deep. I thought Miles Lewis-Skelly's cameo, I don't think that was a good cameo. I really don't think. I think Noni, when he came on, should have been a little bit more aggressive. I think he was passing the ball into the pitch a little bit too much. I thought when I looked at Arsenal, there was just this kind of tentativeness about them. I thought they didn't really want to grips and grab the game, but maybe that's a credit to Chelsea. Maybe we should give Chelsea a little bit more credit, which I'm giving anyway. But I thought Arsenal should be disappointed. With 10 men for that long, you would expect your potential champions-elect to really go and take that game to Chelsea. You know what I mean? Whether it's home or away, you would expect them to move from there. And I thought that was disappointing. I thought their quality in the attack was just lacking. But I was also disappointed with the midfield. I thought Zubamendi was average today. I don't think that was Declan Rice's best game. Didn't really get hold of the game. It felt like the game was bypassing him a little bit. Terrific block for Pedro Neto, but I think he could have done better today. And as I said, I think Reece James ran the show. I think Chelsea had the more impressive players. I thought they should have utilised the Garnacho sub a little bit more. I thought the Laps cameo, I was like, at this point, the game might go away from Chelsea with the way he was playing. But overall, I think Chelsea should be impressed. And maybe we have to start having a discussion. Are Chelsea closer than we think? Guys, what do you think? Are Chelsea closer than we think? Because on the basis of that game, that was an even game. I wouldn't have looked at that and thought Arsenal are the best team, in my opinion, at the moment, the best team in the world. But Chelsea matched them. You know, starting 11, Chelsea matched them. You know, we talk about Arsenal's depth a lot, and that's where they win their games as well. But it's obviously they were missing players. But Chelsea also didn't bring on Cole Palmer and stuff. So when you look at it, on the basis of that game, they were very two even teams. Now, that's not the indicator of why you're going to win a league or challenge. It's not the two teams against each other. It's about what you do against the rest of the league. These are only make a small fraction of the league. What do you do against the rest of the league? Arsenal so far have shown they're the best against all the rest of the teams. What are Chelsea going to do in this type of going forward against the smaller kind of sides per se, right? So guys, let me know. Are Chelsea closer than we think? Or is this kind of a, you know, they were here last season in December, flying, and then it all came down. We'll see. Cole Palmer coming back. That Caicedo red, he'll have to serve his suspension. But it's going to be an interesting one, man. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And if you're bringing back one of the best players in the league and you're sitting third in the table at the moment, 6 points off the title, you're in a really, really good position. So, guys, let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, turn your notifications on. Let me know what you think about that, man. Run up the comments. And also, go and watch my Man United reaction as well. The sound went for some reason, but go and run that up if you can. It's messed up the algorithm a little bit because of the sound. But go and check that out. And, guys, man, I enjoyed that game. Feisty. What two top teams should be doing. It felt like a rivalry, and I love to see it. I think Chelsea walk away the happier team. I think Arsenal walk away pretty disappointed. It's your boy, CultureCams. I'm out. Peace.